Aloha, my wonderful YouTubers and guests. ZeroHyperGaming here, bringing you all another reaction video. Now, for tonight's reaction, I'll be doing a reaction on Solid Snake vs. Sam Fisher Death Battle. So, before we get into the video, I'm gonna go for who's gonna win. And technically, all the games that Sam Fisher has been in, like Splinter Cell, believe it or not, I have never played any of the Splinter Cell games. I played all the Metal Gear games. I actually have most of the Metal Gear games. I have the old Metal Gear games from regular Nintendo and NES, so that's how long I played Metal Gear. But I think technically I've been out of that whole console scene after the PS2 era. After the PS2 era, once the PS3 era hit and the Xbox era hit and all that, I haven't played any console games after PS2 era. So like, and even Splinter Cell, like I already kind of got out of that type of game, those type of games. I got more heavy into RPGs during the time of Splinter Cell. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Snake because he reminds me of not only do I know more about Metal Gear, but Snake reminds me of Snake Plissken from Escape from LA or Escape from New York. So I also love that type of grit character. Like there's just that badass grit character. Just always knows what to do, always relaxed, but always a man. But anyways, let's go check this death battle out.
This especially stealthy episode of Death Battle was made possible thanks to the upcoming action comedy film Spy from 20th Century Fox, starring Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham, Rose Byrne, and Jude Law.
It's coming to theaters June 5th, and if you enjoy this episode, then you should definitely go check it out. Maybe I'll see you there.
Spy. I love that introduction. Reminds you of the Mortal Kombat pit. In the first Mortal Kombat, he's uppercut the guy into the spikes.
From the shadows or face to face.
Solid Snake, the legendary soldier of Metal Gear.
Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell's ultimate predator.
He's with an I'm Boomstick.
I gotta go.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
Wow, look at that, hiding underneath a barrel, cardboard box.
His name was simply David, and he had one clear purpose in life. Become the successor to the greatest soldier who ever lived.
Why? Because he was cloned from him. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, this origin's a doozy.
As a secret government project, David was created using eggs donated by a Japanese scientist and grown in the womb of a femme fatale spy.
Shit, they did their research, man. To actually know the real names and all that.
Almost the original Octomom. Except they scrambled 6 of them to somehow empower the remaining 2.
According to prophecy, one of these twins would bring ruin to the world, while the other would save it. So that kind of works out.
Born to be a soldier, he joined the Green Berets as a teenager, and later joined the CIA, the US Army, and finally the high-tech Black Ops group called Foxhound. Here, his deadly stealth techniques earned him his legendary codename, Solid Snake.
Damn, I have that game.
Under the Special Forces unit, he received training from the
that game was hard. No joke.
Big Boss.
But on his very first mission for Foxhound, war itself changed. After infiltrating the military nation Outer Heaven to rescue a fellow agent, Snake uncovered plans for the creation of a gigantic walking weapon that can airmail a nuke to anywhere in the world. It was called Metal Gear.
Despite being a Foxhound rookie, Snake destroyed the Metal Gear and discovered that Big Boss himself was apparently leading the enemy. After killing his own father, supposedly, Snake had had enough and entered early retirement.
But since he had single-handedly destroyed a walking nuke shooter and the greatest soldier who ever lived, Snake became the next soldier of legend. Anytime a new Metal Gear showed up,
music.
Snake was pulled back into the fray. When all he really wanted to do was get drunk in Alaska and dog sled race with his 50 Huskies. Talk about living the dream.
Yank dinner on the longest sled race in the world. When did you become a dog musher?
Turns out Big Boss wasn't quite as dead as people thought. Even after Snake burned him alive with nothing but a lighter and a can of hairspray,
History's greatest soldier, everyone.
these Metal Gears kept showing up. Soon, Snake was an expert at destroying these robotic behemoths.
He even piloted a Metal Gear to destroy another Metal Gear that was designed to kill Metal Gears. Whoa.
But Snake did not earn his reputation as the icon of stealth by going in guns blazing. Although he knows how to use almost any weapon he finds, he keeps his load light by entering missions with only the bare essentials.
Snake carries a Ruger Mark II pistol with tranquilizer darts, perfect for silent takedowns. But if he wants to get lethal, he whips out his 1911 Operator, one of my favorite handguns ever. And he's got a stun knife, which is like if a taser and a knife.
I'll never
and a
forget
baby.
that song,
All three
that
of
music
which he
tone right
incorporates into
there.
his specialized fighting style, CQC, a brutal mix of hand-to-hand combat and gunplay taught to him by Big Boss himself.
Preferring to remain unseen, these weapons wouldn't do Snake much good without other tools to keep him hidden from his enemies. Snake's outfitted with his Octo Camo, a smart camouflage which can match the color, texture, and temperature of Snake's surroundings.
Not even the Gecko bots with their infrared and night vision tracking can find Snake in this camo. Plus, he's always aware of his surroundings thanks to his high-tech eye patch, the Solid Eye.
He's not actually missing an eye, it's more like a monocle from the future. With infrared, night vision, and radar, Snake's also been injected with nanomachines, which energize his body and his codec, an internal radio system. The codec allows two-way communication, which is 100% silent, almost like telepathy.
We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first? Silence beats talk when it comes to safety.
Feeding him info from the other side of the codec is his best friend, Otacon. A pathetic, cowering nerd with horrible bladder control. But he's also really good at hacking computer systems, so I guess he gets by. Give him enough time and Otacon can hack into any top-secret facility.
Apart from Big Boss, Snake has defeated cybernetic ninjas, psychics, his own twin, and of course several giant Metal Gears.
He can wield a railgun as powerful as a tank with his bare hands, and once blew up an actual tank using nothing but a couple of grenades.
And once he powered through a sealed hallway while being bombarded with microwaves and survived.
Who throws microwaves at people? Come on!
No, Boomstick, it's more like
I wonder how long the Metal
inside
Gears,
a giant microwave.
Metal Gear games went on.
My God. Think of the size of Hot Pocket you could make with that.
Under the effects of microwaves, a normal man's skin would deteriorate within 2 to 3 seconds. Snake lasted more than 3 minutes.
And any guy that can last 3 minutes is a goddamn stallion. Now I know why they call him Solid. But seriously, this guy is built Tonka tough. Though he's hardly perfect, his Octo Camo provides only light protection against knives and other weapons. And even though he's in peak physical condition, one well-placed bullet will put him down as easily as any other man.
Also, cloning and nanomachines don't mix. By the time he was 35 years old, they caused Snake to begin aging rapidly and even suffer heart issues and seizures.
Old and wrinkly or not, you can count on Solid Snake to see every single mission through. And be a badass the whole time. There's a reason he's known as the man who makes the impossible possible.
I'm no hero.
Yeah, bro.
Never was. Never will be.
You haven't changed at all, Snake.
Samuel Leo Fisher was born in Towson, Maryland in
Splinter Cell.
1957.
See, I never played any of those
Oh, he's older than I
those
thought.
games.
Orphaned at a young age, he spent his youth at a
I
military
think by the time
base.
Splinter Cell
His
came
goal
out, I was
was to join
heavy
the
into
CIA and
RPGs.
follow in the
Real
footsteps of
heavy.
his late father.
Sam's career in government work was an impressive one, joining both the CIA and the Navy SEALs. During this time, he found he had a particular knack for espionage. And ladies. See, on one of his missions, he fired off a few rounds into the wrong target and knocked her up. So he married her. They had a daughter named Sarah, and Sam Fisher lived happily ever after. No, wait, he got divorced after 3 years, and his ex died of ovarian cancer.
Left with no other family but his daughter, Sam retired at just 47 years old. This time, he'd spend the rest of his days in peace. As if. We all know how it goes. Sam was too good to leave the agent's life forever, and was recruited by Third Echelon, a top-secret sub-branch of the NSA. Third Echelon wanted Sam for their new Black Ops unit, focused on infiltrating impenetrable locations, extracting information, and escaping even the most impossible
Okay, so
scenarios.
this is almost a.
They call
Oh, I guess that's why
the
they're
Splinter
rivals.
Cell
This is
program.
almost a similar
Oh
game.
yeah, let me come out of
to Metal
retirement
Gear.
and do that. The completely
Well, not
impossible.
really similar, but kind of the same tactical espionage action.
Talk
kind of
quietly.
I'll tell you anything. I'm the biggest coward you've ever met.
That's quite a claim.
I've already wet myself.
Well, then you've made the top 10.
Well, luckily, like other agents of stealth, Sam Fisher didn't have to work alone.
His support comes from Anna Grimm's daughter, or Grimm, who communicates with Sam through subdermal implants in his ear.
Ew!
It's just a tiny earpiece which operates by directly vibrating the bones of his inner ear, so only Sam can hear her.
So she's vibrating his bones, eh?
What is with you today?
I don't know.
Grimm is a
Okay,
world-class
so I guess
hacker
he's a
who
little bit
started
better
as
with
Third
the
Echelon's lead
weapons.
programmer, and might be aging backwards, but that's irrelevant. Together, they are a formidable team. Although Sam and Grimm
seems to
very
have-
different approaches to a mission and can sometimes butt heads. While Grimm is very by the books, Fisher prefers to follow his instincts. For better or worse, he will completely abandon a well-laid plan over a mere hunch. Surprisingly, this works out better than you'd think.
See? You don't always have to plan out every little detail about every little thing.
I thought we agreed to never discuss that trip.
I just wanted a churro, but no, it wasn't in the schedule. Bet it was delicious.
Oh, shut up, Boomstick.
I'll kill you.
Grimm directs Sam's movements, keeping him invisible on the field, along with the latest in stealth gear.
He sports the Mark 8 Tactical Operations
Yeah,
suit,
see, he
the
does-
light
he has a
diffusing
lot of-
black armor that's layered with Kevlar and Rhino
He has a
plate
lot of
to help
great
protect
firearm
against
weapons.
bullets.
Along with a layer of Gore-Tex, a material that suppresses his heat
So
signature
it looks like
to
this guy
make him
comes in more
invisible to
equipped
night
than
vision.
Snake
Speaking
when it
of
comes
night
to
vision,
bringing in gear
Sam
into
has
the
that
mission.
and more. His multi-vision goggles come equipped with thermal vision, sonar, a zoom function, and even footprint tracking to ensure that Fisher can see you even if you can't see him. In fact, he's so stealthy that while he can track footprints left behind by others, his own trail is completely undetectable. Even by him, I'd say that he's the stealthiest man ever if it weren't for the 3 giant green lights coming off his head. Come on, dude.
Common misconception. As obvious as they may appear, those lights are actually invisible to a normal human eye.
Really? Well, that's too bad for his enemies because Sam excels at killing efficiently. While lurking in the shadows, he takes aim with his favorite pistol, the semi-automatic 5.7, a compact firearm that's perfect for silent, quick kills.
And if someone manages to spot him, unlikely as it may be, Fisher is more than prepared to take them head-on with his SC-20K modular assault weapons system.
This beaut is like the Swiss Army knife of guns. It has an assault rifle mode, shotgun mode, sniper rifle. Oh, she can be whatever you
Splinter Cell
want her
only
to
on
be.
PS2?
Boomstick.
What? Yeah, as versatile as she is, that's nothing compared to the amount of things she fires. Aside from bullets, the 20K can launch gas and EMP grenades, sticky shockers, rubber bullets, and even cameras which attach to the wall.
After their titanium spikes anchor them in place, Fisher can use his built-in communications device, the OpSat,
Yeah,
to
he has
monitor
a lot
them.
of
These
fucking
cameras have night,
weapons
thermal, and electromagnetic
in his
field
arsenal.
vision.
Sam's got so many ways to take on his opponents, it's hard to count all the impressive stuff he's done. He's carried out more than a dozen missions, went all Liam Neeson and rescued his daughter from kidnappers, and has even infiltrated the CIA itself. Which probably isn't easy.
He has single-handedly prevented a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, foiled terrorist plans to destroy the world's oil supply,
Betrayed the CIA
all
and
of
Third
it.
Echelon.
And when he discovered that Third Echelon was corrupt from within, he took it down by teaming up with Grimm to create Fourth Echelon.
In combat, he's insanely fast and accurate on the quick draw. Even when surrounded, he can put 4 bullets in 4 skulls in 3.2 seconds. He can literally take a life in the blink of an
that
eye.
might be pretty
Despite
bad.
his age,
Snake.
nature hasn't slowed Sam down at all. I don't know about you, but I'll be thinking twice before stepping into any shadows.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a stealth battle!
There we go.
Okay, Snake, I've finished uploading the building schematics to your solid eye. The intel we need is inside. Should be a piece of cake, but there's one heat signature inside.
Just one?
Yeah, maybe everyone's out for a late night dinner.
Thanks, Otacon. Piece of cake.
Grim, we haven't had the chopper plant, have we?
No, the Paladin is your evac plan. Why?
We've got a party crasher.
Your new friend won't last long. There's only one way into that room.
Don't lecture. It's a monster.
Oh, hand-to-hand combat off the bat.
Where's the data?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Nah, this fight is pretty good. That was pretty slick. Like trending, unmounted his weapon.
Grim, did you get that?
Sam, are you alright?
I'm fine. He's after the data.
Just our luck. I'll bring the plane in for you.
Don't. This guy's gonna be a problem if I don't take care of him now.
But it's more important that
No.
Trust me, Grim.
I'm not alone. Somebody beat me to the intel and destroyed the source. Think he's with Praying Mantis? Raven Sword?
If they're operating out here, couldn't possibly be anyone we're familiar with. I'll start scanning radio frequencies to see if I can find any comm lines. But Snake, until we know what you're up against, I suggest you keep yourself out of sight.
I've already got it covered.
Please tell me it's not a cardboard box.
Do I need to go over this?
I use the shit out of
The
that
cardboard box
in
is
the
a very
PS1.
important tool for infiltration missions. It's ideal for fooling the enemy.
It never worked for me.
Snake, this is insane.
Otacon, I'm not exaggerating when I say the success of my mission hinges on how I use this cardboard box. But in the end, a cardboard box is only made of paper. Otacon, I've got the answer.
Give him a sweep. Oh yeah, he's known for quick draw. Makes sense.
Sam, I'm sending you the camera speed. Whatever suit he's wearing is powered by electricity.
Perfect.
That was close. You're welcome, by the way.
I lost the data.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
without his suit, he's not hiding anywhere.
he's just behind that door. Go get it back, old man.
This is too easy.
What is that?
Spoke too
I
soon.
don't know. Somebody's interfering.
Hello? Missing Holland?
Who is this? Identify yourself.
I'm Otacon. I'm impressed. Your security's pretty state-of-the-art. Not good enough, though. Sorry.
What? How long have you been listening in?
Long enough. But right now, Miss Grimm, I've got to shut you down.
Ah! Sam! Sam, do you copy? Sam!
Are you there? Are you okay?
Oh, stepping the snake's world.
You're pretty good.
That's so badass.
Snake?
Still has a cigarette in his mouth.
Snake?
know, out in the open, more tricks. I like that knife, Sam. That moon-shaped crescent knife. Oh, that was a slick move.
Gotcha.
Got the data. The data's still a USB device. Oh. Wasn't no. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. He said piece of cake and stuffed the cigarette in his mouth.
Experts in their field. Snake may come second to Fisher's skills in silent assassination, but he far exceeds him in close quarters combat thanks to his specialized training.
Yep.
Even though Sam was a master of blending into the shadows, Snake's solid eye had no trouble tracking him down.
What's more, Grimm's comm line has a history of being hacked into, while Snake's codec does not.
That's
But
right.
what about
Snake never got hacked.
nanomachines and solid eye? Wouldn't they be disabled by the EMP blast?
Actually, no. EMPs are comparable to microwaves in how they affect electronics. When Snake was bombarded by microwaves, his solid eye survived for 2 minutes of non-stop radiation, while his nanomachines remained intact throughout the entire experience. A single EMP grenade doesn't quite stack up to a hallway of microwaves.
Even if he did lose his nanomachines somehow, he didn't need them to beat Sam.
Overall, Snake has a counter for anything Fisher could throw at him and had the edge in close quarters combat, leaving this victory pretty straightforward.
Poor Sam. This loss just kinda snuck up on him. Yeah, from the start, it was lights out for Sam.
The winner is Solid Snake.
Man, Snake. Can't go wrong, can't go wrong. Let's see. Oh man, I knew my man Snake would have win. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with picking Snake. But yeah, I remember back in long time ago when they used to have Toys and Joy. We had this store in Hawaii called Toys and Joys, and I remember buying the first Metal Gear Solid game for PlayStation, and it was the Japanese version. And back then, I think Toys and Joys was selling it, but they only had one copy, and nobody knew. Like actually, before PlayStation, a lot of people had no idea what Metal Gear was or Snake. They had no idea of the game. And then when I looked at it, the game was completely in all Japanese letters, but all you could see was like Metal Gear in the front, and then everything else was in Japanese letters. Like I remember it was the game was a black disc. The top was black, and there's another disc. I think it came with I'm not sure if it came with a demo, but it came with something. It was a white disc. But like, I remember getting the Japanese version from Metal Gear Solid. I think I was one of the first people in Hawaii to get it, because like back then, you know, we didn't have so much social media stuff. You know, that didn't really exist. No YouTube, no Facebook, no MySpace, none of that. Shit, no, not even Zongo or none of that existed. All that social media stuff. And so like the only way you would find about the newest games was on magazines. And then a majority of the magazines they used to come out with, even the PlayStation magazines, it barely ever showed any of the Japanese games. And Metal Gear came out in Japan. Toys and Joys actually got one copy, and I bought that copy. But oh my gosh, the game used to be super expensive. Japanese games used to be so expensive, even just for PlayStation. I think the game was like damn near almost $60, like $60 just for a PlayStation game. For the Japanese version for Metal Gear Solid. That was the only copy, and I bought that one. And I remember playing it at my place, and my cousin saw it. He's like, oh, what game is this? I'm like, this is Metal Gear, dude. And he's like, oh yeah, the one on NES, because my cousin had the NES game. So we kept playing this game, and just loved it, man. We played the whole thing. We beat it in like that whole weekend. We just kept at it and played it. That game was awesome. But we had a harder time because the whole game was in Japanese. Like, when we had to fight Psycho Mantis, holy shit, that was tough, man. Like, cause like back in the US version, it tells you, when to switch, the memory cards. It tells you something about that. I remember in the US version, Psycho Mantis says something, and then you're supposed to do something with your memory card or your controller, for the mind control thing. But we actually didn't know about that. I actually beat Psycho Mantis without switching the controller or switching the memory card trick. So you can't read your mind. So I remember I beat him that way. So yeah, that was a bitch. But yeah, anyways, I remember after beating it, I had friends come over and they're like, "Oh, what is this game?" And they got into it. They got Metal Gear, and then by the time they got into it, the US version for Metal Gear came out already. By the time they saw me play it and they got into it. So yeah, and then ever since then, I guess the game started catching on, and I started seeing reviews about it, like, oh wow, this game got pretty popular. But yeah, that was a really well made. A lot of older games are really well done. Oof, I miss those times, but anyways, that was a great death battle though. Now I can see why ScrewAttack put Solid Snake and Sam Fisher together. They both, specialize in tactical espionage, and they both, specialize in stealth, somewhat close quarters combat. They had to be smart. They utilize the surroundings. Just that all around type of thing, like an assassin. But yeah, they were actually perfect rivals. I would have to say that after them explaining Sam Fisher and me already knowing about Metal Gear, and Snake, when they put those two together, yeah, they're pretty similar in some ways. But that was a great battle. I can't wait to see more Death Battle. Anyways, folks, this concludes my reaction for tonight. Thank you all for listening to me and watching these videos with me. I enjoy everything and appreciate everything. Alright, folks, have a safe night. And also, don't forget to check out ScrewAttack's YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on their channel, and spread the word too. They do great work. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on ZeroHyperGaming channel, and check out my Twitch on twitch.tv, same name, ZeroHyperGaming. Weekdays I stream at night. Weekends I do stream all day. It just depends, because I do work another job, so I do work 2 jobs, and I do a bunch of other stuff, freelance and many other things too. Also, yeah, but usually I'm free on the weekends though. Usually I can be. But anyways, folks, take care. Have a great night. God bless. Mahalo and peace.